All right, what's up, guys? So yeah, if you did hear the podcast episode, then you already know a video version was going to come out. But yeah, it's gonna pretty much be a shorter version, just letting you guys being able to see the tweets because I know with that podcast episode, there's probably gonna be some things that he hears where he's like, yeah, let me maybe I should take this tweet down, or if he does a video, because I know just a robot, he did that with the that night that I always reference to in December 2016, where there are some tweets that he had left out. So I will be showing the tweets if you guys stay to the end of the video if you want to just skip through all this stuff, because it's pretty much just gonna be me repeating the stuff that I said in the podcast episode. But yeah, if you want to skip all the way to the end and see the tweets, you very well can do that. But for those that didn't get a chance to hear the podcast episode, or you're like, nah, that episode's too long, just sum it up a little bit. All right, so anyways, yeah, VA Quay, I think that's how you pronounce their name. So I reacted to their a video that they did on Lyle Convoy last month, and I didn't say anything bad about them. That's the part that trips me out, is that I said nothing but like things against Lyle Convoy. I didn't say anything about VA Quay. I think that's how you say their name. I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, so after, and even after I had finished up the reaction to VA Quay's video, there was a video that I reacted to on Lyle Convoy's channel where he was having a Discord call with just a robot. I took that video down. I took the video down. I unsubscribed. I'm like, there will be no Lyle Convoy promotion on this channel. All right. I left it alone. But so, anyways, VA Quay, he comments underneath that video saying, you know, I'm friends with just a robot, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that information. That's like playing a video game and you find something that you know it ain't gonna help you on your journey. Like if it's one of them adventure games, like they're all like, oh, it's best to find material so you can build a weapon. You found a hamster, and it's like, fam, what am I gonna do with this hamster? So that's pretty much how I looked at the information that he passed along. Him telling me that he's friends with just a robot. I'm like, okay, good for you, buddy. But I'm like, I don't know what that has to do with me. But anyways, so when he said that, all I just simply said was, I'm sorry to hear that. Because I'm like, yeah, that's not something that you're, you know, that you get proud, like that you're proud about. You know, that's not something that you tell your parents and stuff. Like, you know, your parents, they expecting you to be a successful individual. You come back and tell them, hey, I might have not accomplished any of my dreams, but I'm best friends with just a robot. It's like, what? Okay. Good for you. But anyways, it's like, what is that? What are we gonna do with that information? So anyways, but yeah, that's all that I had said. All I just simply said was, I'm sorry to hear that. And then yeah, he I guess took some sort of offense to that. He tweeted out to me and he was all like, do you want to debate and stuff? And I'm like, no, I'm not debating you and stuff. And bro, Kev, you'll see the tweets. Like if you guys are still watching, you'll see the tweets at the end of the video. But he kept pushing for me to debate him, and I'm like, fam, it's 2 in the morning. I'm not gonna debate you. Go on about your business. And he's all like, nah. He's like, you got time to debate me and stuff. I'm like, I don't. And the thing is this, if I did, I'm going to be doing something valuable with that time, working on videos. The thing is this, let me just talk about myself as a content creator. I have 50 different YouTube channels. All right. I got multiple gaming platforms where it's like, yeah, there's games coming out every day from PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Switch, you know, what else? Yeah, it's like I got the gaming stuff on lock. I'm trying to find videos to react to. I'm trying to find other stuff to talk about on my other channels and stuff. I got TikTok stuff that I need to work on, Instagram stuff I need to work on, streams that I need to do on YouTube and Kick. You know, I already got this Twitch streaming stuff on lock, but I'm like, now I got to figure out times where I'm gonna stream. So I'm like, I have a busy schedule, you know. But then on top of that, I need to focus on my mental health. So yeah, I need to go outside. I need to exercise. I need to drink water. I need to get some fresh air. I need to take time to just, you know, just kind of relax and things, you know? So there's that. I'm trying to think what else. I know I'm like, people gonna probably be all like, bro, you just making up stuff. No, I'm saying like, the thing is this, even if there's a day where I have absolutely nothing to do, I still find something to do. So that's why I'm like, yeah, trust me, people, I'm a busy person. People may want to seem to think that I'm not like, oh, you just sitting around not doing nothing, but I'm like, fam, I got stuff to do. I'm not gonna be off up until 2 in the morning debating you about whatever you got your mind made up on. All right, my thing is this. There is no point, all right, trying to go into a fire and I guess I'm trying to put it out when it's like especially if it's like some nuclear fire. What am I gonna do with a little glass of water? So that's how I look at what I'm going to bring to the table of a debate. I have a small glass of water, and there's this big giant nuclear fire that's going on. What am I going to do? Even if I find the core of that fire, that little it's a shot glass of water. That's not going to do nothing. If anything, I'm going to get burnt more than me trying to put out this fire. So that's why I'm like, fam, you already have your mind made up about me or about whatever. How am I going to possibly change that? So that's why I'm like, fam, it's just there's at times where people, they just got way too much time on their hands, and it's like, fam, come on now. Like, the thing is this, you got somewhat of a good thing going on for yourself with content creating. Don't waste it on no silly stuff. Don't waste it on some stuff where it's like, because my thing is this, look at people like Lyle Convoy and Just a Robot, your friend and stuff. I'm like, look at where they're at right now. That's the same direction that you're heading towards. So it's like, really, I mean, at the end of the day, do you really think sitting down debating me, what are you going to gain from that? What are you going to accomplish from it? Like, my thing is, and I said this in the podcast episode, I'm like, go out and about and tell people, I guess, like, oh, you want to debate TMossBoss. Or even if you want to talk on the aftermath, like TMossBoss didn't want to debate me. Either way, people are going to look at you like, fam, what are you talking about? Like, what does this got to do with my day-to-day average life? I'm like, I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to feed my kids. I'm trying to, just talking on like people that got stuff going on for themselves. Do you honestly think they're going to put all that stuff aside? Especially if it be like a person that got kids. Do you think that they're going to put their kids aside to aid you in me not wanting to debate you? If so, then I'm like, yeah, them some careless parents. I'm like, and them kids, they need to be put off somewhere to where it's like they getting a little bit of caring and love and all that stuff. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, fam, nobody is obligated to debate you just because and he was like really trying to force me to debate him. And I'm like, fam, no, it's not going to happen. Go on about your business. So no, because it was like, yeah, it was 2 a.m. when he reached out to me and stuff. So I'm like, I'm finishing up some videos for another channel. And I'm like, look, once I'm done with these videos, I'm turning my computer off and I am going to sleep because I am tired. Like, fam, if there's nights, it wasn't so much last night, but it was like, it was getting to that point, all right? If I probably would have been debating this guy, I'm like, and I think that's probably why he wanted to debate me so much in that current state, because he's like, oh, he's tired, he ain't gonna be thinking straight, oh, it's the best time to debate him and stuff. But I mean, he did say, put that on the table. He was like, oh, pick the time and place and things, and then we could debate then, and I'm like, no. Because, like I said, you already have your mind made up. So really, at the end of the day, if this is debating me about my choice of, the things that I do as a content creator, there isn't no convincing me that I'm doing something wrong. And there ain't no convincing you that I'm doing something, right and things. So at the end of the day, where do we go from there? Or if you wanted to debate me about your friendship with Just a Robot, I'm like, that's you and your guys' business. I can care less if you guys are friends. So really, I'm like, where are we gonna go with that information? It was like, I'm saying, like, it's things like that where I'm like, fam, you're trying to debate me on something that it's like, you already know what you're gonna say. You already know what it's gonna be about. And let's just say if I did say something that made sense, and I feel like that's all that's been happening ever since I got into it with Just a Robot. I've always said stuff that makes sense. How do you guys overall respond to that? It's like, oh, that's an invalid argument. That's this, that's that. It's like you guys be coming up with excuses or just trying to figure out how can I keep this argument going on even longer. I'm not doing that no more. Oh, that's outside. I was like, okay. I was like, I heard a noise. Like, I heard a squeaking noise, and I thought it was my fan. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, hopefully ain't no Final Destination stuff going. Yeah, that's coming from outside. I was like, okay, I just had to make sure. I'm like, somebody, I don't know, riding like an old rusty bicycle or something. But anyways, back onto this video. Yeah, there ain't no reason to be debating this guy. I know that that's what he wants, but it's not gonna happen. I'm like, it's one of those things where, I just, I've my debating days. I've said this before in videos. I've said this before in podcast episodes. I probably even said it on social media. the debating and arguing stuff, I'm done with that. That's what I'm more so retired from. But I'm like, as far as a content creator, yeah, it's when it comes down to entertaining my fans, that's what I'm focused on. You know, I'm focused on what next thing I can do that can entertain an audience. But sitting around debating just the robots friends, that ain't gonna get me anywhere. That's one thing that I've learned about when I do videos on just the robot, or you know, his fans, friends, whatever. The only people are gonna, I feel like, yeah, now they're getting some views. Now people are watching them. Back then, if, yeah, let's say if this would have been like last year before all that stuff went down with before him and Cinnabare, or even if we go back like at the time when he was at his prime, fam, ain't nobody coming to this channel watching TMossBoss debate a just a robot fan, or what else, you know, or yeah, just overall TMossBoss making a video about just a robot. Don't nobody care. So do you really think you're going to accomplish anything if you're debating me? If that's the case, yeah, then I'm like, go, because people be doing that. Get one of them like AI generated bots. Say, hey, pretend to be TMossBoss and debate some AI technology. But until then, the real TMossBoss, I'm going to be doing stuff that's going to be productive. All right, so yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, man, you know, it's people, I'm telling you, they really got to find some productive things to do with their lives. They got to grow up, because I'm like, you sitting around, watch, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be like some years down the road, he going to sit down and think about this, and he going to be like, yeah, that was embarrassing. I shouldn't have been carrying on like that. I'm like, I don't know if he got some trauma that he needs to handle, but I'm like, fam, I'm not the handler of your trauma. Whatever stuff you dealt with, that's on you, bruh. So, but anyways, yeah, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.